Hello, this is John Self at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. I'm in the middle of the Bier Fest Brews and Barbecue event, their festival event that runs through September 1st. So this event, focuses on lots of different things, barbecue. If you read any of the articles at MEI Magic, you're well aware that it is kind of a hodgepodge of things. But I've reached kind of the point of, I've tried everything at least once, either for this festival or previous festivals, whether to recycle things. I'm just kind of going through things today. It's a very rainy day here at Busch Gardens. So it's been a lot of everything open, everything closed, everything open, everything closed. And it's also a heat advisory, so the rain has not made it cooler. Once again, it is the middle of August in Florida. I am not complaining. I know the rules. I'm just explaining the criteria. And I'm having the Chocolate Pecan Tart. So Chocolate Pecan Tart, a very familiar shell that you see in a lot of events here at Busch Gardens. They use this a lot in a lot of different formats. I remember coming for Food and Wine one year, and I thought half the items I had were in a shell like that. Let me read the the AI-influenced menu description, and I want to read it exactly the way it appears on the menu board, not necessarily how it appears online. The Chocolate Pecan Tart, which is $7.99, is a buttery tart shell filled with silky dark chocolate ganache, topped with toasted pecans and a touch of sea salt. Those of us who write for a living, wow, that's some bad, I'm not even sure that's ChatGPT level. That was even worse AI than that. Let me try to take a bite at the cabin. They call them cabins here. They're not food and beverage booths, they're cabins. At the cabin I went to, which is the out-of-the-box cabin, so I'm not sure how this fits. This is also the same cabin that the mini bison slider comes from, and the brisket mac and cheese cone. Both of those have reviews at MEI Magic you can read. Let me just take this. There were no knives where I was, but I do want to say before I take this bite and react the way an unpaid influencer would react, this was served very warm. It was served reasonably quickly and on a fairly busy day, because not all the booths are open and people are in only a weekend event, and this is a weekend in which they're giving out extra bonuses to pass holders, so there's a lot more of them here. It has a nice aroma, and it looks good. However, there were no knives at that festival booth, which is interesting, because your mini bison slider you might need to cut. I'm going to take a bite. I've kind of cut out quite a bit of it for me. Hopefully you can see this. I know the Osmo camera likes to do a little fade in and out when you do this to it, so I want to be clear. Let me just take a bite. We'll see how this goes. Okay, first and foremost, this fulfills one of the main criteria at festivals that I have. Did it give you what it said it is? Now, forget the AI annotated flavory menu description. A chocolate pecan tart. This is clearly a chocolate pecan tart. The chocolate is fine. I don't know if I would define it as a ganache, but we're in that ballpark. It's not far away. Okay, fine. The pecans are decent flavor, decent quality. It's in a tart. All the pieces come together. It's not bad. It's $7.99, which is a little high, but obviously you're going to hear the speech I give about anything at this festival event. You're going to use a sampler lanyard, and you're going to use that for these things. Out of the box has been one of the better festival booths for this. The brisket mac and cheese cone was one of the best things here. The mini bison slider was fine, except they initially advertised it as sliders. They have another item there. Oh, it's stuffed avocado. That's fine. It's not great, but it's not bad. At least it is out of the box. Not sure what makes this out of the box, but having said that, this is not a bad item. If you're coming to Busch Gardens for Bier Fest, or you're coming next year for Bier Fest, because I suspect, based on talking to people in the know, there'll be a similar event like this with this item. And similar items to this do appear on the menu at Busch Gardens often as we go into Hollow Scream and the Christmas Town Celebration, which is one of their excellent food festivals. This is not a bad thing to try. Is it going to blow you away? No. Is it going to cost you a lot of money? Probably not. But it's going to be $8. Sure, there's tax. There's no 5% surcharge, as there is at SeaWorld Orlando, the sister park. And you're probably going to hang out with an annual pass holder. Most of us get 15% off, so that's going to help a little bit. You know, so not a bad item. Not something I would race to, but if you're looking for dessert, you were going to get a twofer at that booth. Get the brisket mac and cheese cone. Get this, pull it together. It's almost like a meal. It'll be great. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you watching this review on the YouTube channel. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all those things we say. Comment, let us know what you want to see more of. Obviously, many of the things are dictated by where I'm invited, what I have things for, and where I am at the time. I've just kind of popped over here in the middle of an event. I've actually taken the Busch Gardens shuttle, which is a free shuttle from the Orlando area that takes you to Busch Gardens, to anyone who has a ticket for the day. And you know, it'll take you back to Orlando. So if you're thinking, well, Busch Gardens is so far away, I don't want to do that, you're not going to get here for rope drop. You're not going to stay here for the close of the night. Having said that, it's free. They'll drive you here in a Mears coach. Not a bad thought. So I rode in a Mears coach, did a little typing in the back of the bus as I usually do, and got to enjoy some snacks. You could do the same. So thanks for watching. As always, eat like you mean it.